And hello, this is Maggie. Welcome in. We're playing Talented. It's a pretty cool arcadey roguelike game that has a randomly generated skill tree. And that's really cool. Also, the music is a banger. Also, gotta turn up the game for a moment. There we go, apologies. Essentially, pretty great game. I like it a lot. It's also cheap and also released in early access, so chances are you can influence development a little bit by giving feedback, by letting the developer know how you feel about it. But so far it's pretty darn nice. There's also challenges that unlock like skins and stuff like that, so I did the faulty shrink ray for instance for the archer, and there's challenges for each class, which is pretty nice. Either way, you can get like skins for characters as well and unlock new things, which is pretty nice. That's cool. And as I mentioned previously, there's multiple classes. There's 2 more that I have to unlock, and more is coming soon as well. And each class comes with some core talents that you can pick between, as you play the game. Think of this as like, unlocking more cards for a character in a card deck builder type of game, And then as the mastery level, think of it as Ascension, essentially. So we're gonna head over here to, Mastery 4. And these modify the game, making it quite a lot harder. Nights will be 1 second longer after each night. There's 20 nights in total, so 20 seconds by the end. Chance for elite enemies increases by 1% after each night. Mystery talent, common talents and rare talents have a 5% chance to be mystery talents, meaning you don't know what you're getting, but hey, talent is talent. And less health points. At the start of each night, you lose 25% of your maximum HP. Now, there's the potion collector, which is probably going to be useful here. Otherwise, there's also the energy collector trait that I can get, which makes it so that enemies have a 3% chance to drop a battery when killed, restoring a charge. Oh, something that is worth noting is the game works the same for every character, but the abilities work differently. By that I mean you basically attack in 4 directions where the enemies are coming from, pick up abilities and stuff in the skill tree and use them. But the warrior, for instance, generates rage that is then by killing enemies. And you basically use up that rage with the abilities. Meanwhile, the other characters, like the mage, is mana based and it regenerates over time, whereas the archer over here has a charge system, so you only can use your ability a certain amount of times in the game. And yeah, we get some more range instead of crit chance and quick fire or explosive trap. Honestly, let's just keep it simple and just head into the game. As you can see right here, it's a very simple game. There's a conveyor belt of death right there. And up at the top, you can see our health. And as you can also see right there, the range doesn't go all the way through. That's something you have to upgrade over time. Just had to turn down the game a bit on my end. Oh, potion. Heals. Fantastic. And yeah, enemies drop experience. Which is pretty nice. And we get a multiplier on our experience based on how well we're doing. That said, we gain 3 talent points and enemies gain a new enemy type. Lorges will now appear. Fantastic. So, right away, this is the skill tree. As you can see, it's still pretty dark, but as we level up and everything, we get more skill points. Over here, you can see that not all skills lead somewhere, but they light up the area around, So we can get the Spark Quiver, for instance. Your attacks have an 8% chance to fire another attack in the same direction. That's pretty nice. Just now, we picked up 2 experience thingies, meaning we gain a total of 10% more experience. That's pretty good. And I'm gonna go over here and get some crit chance which will then enable me to get some health, attack speed, and eventually the Spark Quiver. Or we could go further into this tree over here. Basically, we have to get this either way to get to all the other stuff. That said, there's damage ups, there's health ups, attack speed, range, crit chance, and other stuff. There's these rare talents that give you some more unique modifiers. Think of it like in Risk of Rain, where you have a common basic items that essentially just increase your attack speed, movement speed, etc. And then you have other talents like the green items, and those on the left, those pumpkin monsters, are super tanky, and they're called Lodges. We just unlock those for this run. Enemies are also random. But yeah, in Risk of Rain, for instance, you have then the kind of game-changing, less basic green items. Whew. I had to use an ability there. I didn't want to take too much damage, especially because we get like an experience multiplier by surviving here and not taking any damage, any hit. Enemies will now spawn 10% more frequently. Oh, that's fun. And fantastic. Can get more knockback as well. Might just go this way though, because we get knockback and some more crit chance. And yeah, now we have a Spark Quiver, which is a chance for an extra attack. That's pretty good. And hopefully that will help us a wee bit. But yeah, in Risk of Rain, for instance, you have the basic stuff. It doesn't change the game too much, but it's very nice to have. You know, it's the foundation of the run. You need some good movement speed, good attack speed. You may get the backup mag for like characters like Agrid that kind of rely on their secondary skill. And basically what I'm getting at is the green items would be the ones that sort of change or make or break the run. And it's really nice in roguelikes, you know, when you have like items that are quite common but not unimportant, because again, you need like movement speed. You don't get super like a lot of extra health or movement speed or whatever through other means. The green items typically enhance your damage in very meaningful ways that I really like. I like it. I like that about those games. We're gonna go for some range here, as well as some damage increase, and over there is the 1 ring. Vastly inferior to the 2 ring, but basically gives you 1 of every common talent, which is pretty nice. I believe that's a pretty good one to pick up. And yeah, we can get some knockback or health, or knockback and health. I wonder what we're gonna go for. I'm gonna do this here, because it enables us to go this direction as well. Since we have 2 spots anyways, like we would use this and this either way. Like, oh, there's the energy collector. 3% chance to drop a battery when killed. That's pretty cool. Which restores a charge. We're just gonna make our way up there, because we know for sure that there's like an epic thing. And that one costs 2. There's also abilities that cost 2, you know, unlocking them, 2 skill points. And yeah, over here we have shot count, which is also probably a stat that increases somehow. The number of shots fired every basic attack, maximum is 10. Huh. Attack delay, crit strike, range, knockback, power, experience multiplier, and damage. Very nice. But yeah, I believe that a lot of roguelikes require that sort of, you know, where you there's some basic strength you can get, you know, basic enhancements, but you need something that glues the run together, and that's sort of, in Risk of Rain at least, that's the green items. And there you could see the Spark Quiver actually proccing, giving us an extra attack right there. And yeah, something that glues and ties together the whole run, enabling you to get places, you know. And there's the red items, which are just god tier and very, very good, you know, obviously. And they elevate your run further, propel you a bunch. There's almost no bad ones. But those are also the fun items in a way. By the way, we can also speed up the game if we want to, which makes us shoot faster, but also enemies move faster too, you know, and that's cool. It's like it doesn't make the game easier in any way, shape, or form. It just, ooh, enchanted weapon is pretty nice because it gives us attack speed for 2 seconds after we use an ability. And over here we've got the Sanguine Bounty, which heals us 5 health points. We've got a total of 40 right now. Once we kill 15 enemies, and you can get stacks on, you can get that to stack, you know. And next up, we're gonna get the Sanguine Bounty, go up for crit, and then head over here for range or attack speed. Sometimes you can like hover over stuff and see what it has in store for you, even though you don't see it. That's something they still have to fix, and yeah. Oh, that range up, you can feel it. That's something I like as well. I like it when in games like this, and roguelike games in general, when you actually notice a difference in strength, you know? For instance, these eye guys, you know, these big ones, they take 2 hits for us to kill them right now, you know? And that's cool. That's pretty cool, you know, that we have a general idea of how strong we are because of that. That right there was a shielded enemy, elite enemies. And eventually our damage will be high enough so that we kill them in one shot. And that's really cool as well, because then we know, oh, we notice we're stronger, you know? More range, more knockback. We can get that experience, attack speed, and the Wandering. Over here's Hail of Arrows, which is an ability. Your next to attacks fire in all 4 directions. Could come in clutch, could come in quite handy. And yeah, but what I wanted to say though is that essentially a lot of games don't have that necessarily, you know, like in Isaac for instance, you have certainly some items or like, you know, passives that sort of glue together the run, for sure. Like getting piercing and stuff, but I feel like a lot of the time you just don't complain when you get items, you know? Sure, you want tears rate and damage, but tears rate and damage is always good in Isaac, you know? It's not like it's actually all that controversial to like tears or, you know, damage. But yeah, the thing I mentioned though with like noticing that you've gotten stronger is, ooh, Vortex Shrink Ray. Fire a beam of energy, applying shrink to all enemies in a direction, then duplicating them. So this reduces their size and reduces maximum health to 1, but then also doubles their stuff. Let's go over here and get the mystery talent. It is the Spectral Quiver. That's an 8% chance to pierce an additional target. Nice. And over here is the talent package, which discovers a talent package to take over an area of a tree. Unlearned common talents have a chance to become rare talents from the package. Unlearned rare talents have a chance to become epic talents or abilities from the package. Nice, so we can get some damage, experience. Over here we can get some experience and a talent package. Generally, that's a very good thing to have. But yeah, that feedback that you've gotten actually strong, and that's something I missed in Oblivion, for instance. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, very good game for the most part. When I played that, it took me like 3 hits to beat up some skeletons in the starting area, and when I made it back to that area, it still took me 3 hits. And I thought, oh, that's weird. And eventually I learned that enemies scale to a degree with you. Meaning that because of that, and it's like the same in Elder Scrolls Online by the way, where enemies scale with you and you can go to any area and level up over there, theoretically, if you want to, and whatnot. And that's cool because any skill can be done in any order because of that. But what I didn't like in Oblivion was specifically that enemies would essentially end up, you know, it felt like you didn't actually get stronger, you know? So we're gonna do this, and now we can go for critically acclaimed, Ooh, shinies or military grade. These are ones that I have unlocked. And this would be cool for like loot and everything. So stuff like enemies drop a battery or potion or whatever. This over here does more stuff with our crit chance, but our crit chance is right now sitting at 10% only. Which is good, don't get me wrong, but we can try out different things in the future. So let's go with crits, because I haven't played around with crits too much, and oh goodness me. Clover Collector. Enemies have a 3% chance to drop a clover candy when killed. Clovers grant 2% crit chance until the end of the night. That's very nice. We can get one of those here. We can get the Blast Quiver, which has a 8% chance to explode, dealing 50% of our attack damage, so 3.5 basically. I'm not sure if it rounds up or down, but yeah. And there's Clover Collector again. I'm gonna grab that. And then, let's see, Perfectionist. Critical strikes count as 3 kills on the combo meter. Well, that's really, really good. Hole in 1. You gain 5% crit chance. Whenever you critically strike an enemy, your attack pierces through them and hits an additional target. That is really good. And over here we've got Cold Streak. Whenever you land a basic attack that does not critically strike, you gain 10% crit chance until your next crit. That seems really good. But yeah, in Oblivion I felt like I didn't grow at all. I didn't actually make much progress. Ooh, Clover. Yeah, the small enemies, by the way, are pretty darn annoying. There's bats, because they sneak up on you. They get you. And as you can see, those black enemy elites will spawn small flies as well that block one of your shots. So piercing, having piercing is really good. And something I really like about this game is that you can play it with one hand. So if you have, for instance, a controller, you could probably use it with that. You know, it's fairly accessible because of that. Because you only just need to hit the button. Theoretically, you can just play with one finger if you so please. You know, if that's something you want to do, you can just play with one singular finger. Let's get that right there, the Cold Streak. Then, enchanted weapon. There's Clover Collector again. Could go for another Clover Collector there. Let's get some more range first, though. And get another Clover Collector right there. Some knockback, some health. We're gonna make it up here, I believe. I think it goes that way. Up there is also some damage, which I really want. Currently we have 10% crit chance. You can see the damage, the crit chance go up like that, you know? %? Okay, back down again. But when we crit and also shoot out that attack, you know, the second attack from the Spark Quiver, it will help us out, you know? Because that will automatically be an attack that may not crit and hence give us more crit chance. That said, the longer the night goes on, the more clovers we might get, and because of that, we might not actually benefit from the Cold Streak too much, but it helps us at first, you know? And whenever we crit, we gain more on the combo meter, and as such, get like more experience as well. Enemies get a 5% more, a 5% higher chance to be elite enemies. That's pretty great. So we're gonna go up here. And I'm gonna unlock this and Spectral Quiver. Pierce an additional target. That's right, nice. Over here's a energy collector, which could be very good. But right now we're very much not an ability-based thing. Gain 10% crit chance and automatically aim for 5 seconds. That seems pretty good. But yeah, for accessibility's sake, you know, you can also change some settings. For instance, you can make it so that the game automatically fires. You know, there's also slow mode, which disables achievements. I don't like that. I wish it didn't have that. But yeah, now we just have to aim in the direction, you know? Got an achievement, Collectathon, for collecting 500 items as the archer. I don't like this, by the way, but just theoretically speaking, you know, having... Oh, I just didn't pay attention there. Theoretically, being able to play a game with only one hand means that you can play it with specialized controllers for people that have disabilities or that have some issues that prevent them from using traditional controllers, for instance, you know? And that's pretty nice. I like that in games. Same with rebinds, you know, being able to rebind to control the keys to special controllers will enable people to play the game and like enjoy it more. As a process, you know, your game reaches more people because of that. Which makes sense, you know, if more people are able to play a game, duh. Of course, more people will get to play a game. And we can move everything by clicking and dragging here. These cost 2. That's nice. I'm gonna get Perfectionist here for that combo perk I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna go for the Vortex aimbot probably as well. Hole-in-one is gonna be the next one on the agenda. And again, because of the mastery thing, we actually do take 1.5 damage here right from the get-go. Yeah, accessibility is important in my opinion, especially in like harder games like roguelikes, slowcooks. And again, this game isn't the hardest or anything, but I imagine that the difficulty ramps up quite considerably over time with the Ascension system, which is a good thing. Oh no. But we didn't lose our combo there, did we? I will need to use my abilities more often. I really didn't want to though, because like, what if I need them later, you know? Like in RPGs when you have a Phoenix Feather, which would revive you, theoretically speaking, you know? But you don't end up using them, because what if you need them later? Right? I find that struggle quite annoying in games. 5% higher increased chance of being late. Enemies will now spawn 10% more frequently. Oh damn. Okay, we're gonna go and get these here. And this one. So more knockback, more experience, and we can get for 2 points we can get another ability, the Vortex aimbot. You know. There's also traps and turrets and orbital arrows. You know, stuff like that. It's very interesting. I like the idea behind the archer, so to speak, you know? But yeah, to talk about what I mentioned earlier, I believe that in a lot of games out there, including like Hades, for instance, accessibility, or Revito as well, is important. I believe it's very good when games have accessibility options, you know. If you don't want to use them, you know, that's fine. But just having the option available is very good. Hades, for instance, has a God mode, but instead of just giving you the win, you have to make it scale up. So for every time you die, you get 2% less, 2% more damage and 2% damage reduction, up to a total of 20%. And that's the God mode in question mark. So that means that more people can theoretically play the game, even when you have shorter reaction times or something else that prevents you from enjoying the game the way it was like designed, you know? There we go. Get some more experience that way. And enchanted weapon could be pretty good. I'm gonna go for it. Spark Quiver over here. Oh, that's very nice. I like that a lot. Could go this way, by the way, to get the hail of arrows and the damage up and experience up. We'll see. Currently we're sitting at a 51% chance to crit. I haven't done a crit build yet, you know, in this game. So this is actually quite fun. I like big damage. I just need some more range. Base damage would be also be good. Because with the clovers, we get a lot more crit chance over time. Cold Streak also helps. Here we go. But yeah, Hades does that pretty well, but Revita also is like even more accessible because you can change the color of projectiles, you can rebind everything, you can slow down bullets, or even give yourself a very generous handicap with like auto aim and everything. And that's pretty good in my opinion. On top of that, it doesn't disable achievements, which honestly I never get why achievements have to be disabled. There goes Spark Quiver. I cared about that more than the Clover Collector. Now we could go 1, 2, 3, 5. Could also just use the... no! I even saw it, that it was like a dead end, but I ended up not reacting in time. Not at all whatsoever. I'm gonna go for this range up over here. And then... I guess I'll have to go for the 5 points over here. For this ability, the Hail of Arrows is pretty nice after all. But also we're not using too many abilities here at all. Knight 14 out of 20. But yeah, accessibility is something that's very important in my opinion. And a lot of people out there are obviously of the opinion that it ruins the fun of games, or the achievement that players that play the game normally, you know, that it gets diminished because of it. But in the end, you know, nobody cares all that much about what other people do. Like, imagine, like, your friends, for instance, you did something that's super cool, and you tell your friends about it. If they're good friends, they'll be happy for you, you know, maybe even praise you or say, hey, that's pretty cool, you know, good job. They probably won't ask about other people that did it, and whether or not they did well, or whatever. Or how well they did it, or did they do it with its accessibility stuff. You know. Nobody cares as much, you know. There's a story. Get some more range, health, and hail of arrows. This over here was a damage up, very nice. Gonna get the experience up over here. And nothing's revealed just yet. What we can do is head up here. Enchanted weapon, don't care too much. I'm gonna get some attack speed, just regular. Right there. And then head into the next night. Night number 15 out of 20. And yeah, basically is that there was a while ago, there's a game called what's it called again? I think it was Space Whisker Squadron Survivors or something along those lines. I can look it up after the night. But essentially that game got some accessibility settings, you know? It's like a Star Fox, like arcade shooter. It is very nice and has some roguelike elements to it. And a very good soundtrack. The art direction is pretty fun, and it gives me big Star Fox vibes, which is a good thing. Still not using my abilities, by the way. I don't know why I even unlocked them. I guess it's better to have them and to not need them than to need them and not have them. Which is also why I always take my umbrella with me when I leave the house. But yeah, basically they fixed an issue that caused certain achievements, like the achievement for beating the game, to not get counted properly. And because of that, the achievement percentage jumped up quite a lot, you know? A lot more people had that achievement all of a sudden. And there were some people, a lot of people, that got genuinely, oh, 3 attack damage for 5 seconds is pretty nice with high crit chance. And also, like, it just, like, killing 15 enemies, we get that quite often. There you go. I guess I can just get the thing. Sanguine Bounty, healing every 15. Spectral Quiver, let's get some knockback over here and then get Spectral for another 8% thing. Hold up. Whisker Squadron Survivor, that's the game. See, you don't even notice that I have paused for the most part, unless I forget to pause back, get tab in again. I don't like about this game that it mutes when you tab out, you know, but it is what it is. Gonna go to the next night, and yeah. So what I wanted to say is essentially that, oh, wait, I just noticed something really funny. Once we have lots of enemies on one side, well, that's not what I envisioned. We can increase the enemies and then... There you go, just use my abilities here. I've been taking too many hits. Basically, the game added accessibility features, which is a very good thing, by the way. I like that. That said, a lot of people assume that because the accessibility settings existed, and because the actual, like, achievement completion percentage for beating a run was jumping up, you know, it jumped up quite considerably. They assumed that the game was made easier and that their own achievement of beating the game was diminished or made smaller in comparison because a lot more people got to actually finish the game. But what I didn't realize is that just because one thing happened and another thing happened, that doesn't mean that there's a causality right there, you know? Like, it doesn't mean that one is responsible for the other. Like, imagine if you drank some water and you choked on it or something like that. That could be because you sipped too quickly or something like that, or you laughed while you drank the water, but it doesn't mean that the water inherently makes you choke, you know? That doesn't mean that you would always, when you drink water, you would end up choking. So, with that in mind, I'm really getting into stuff, aren't I? Talking about choking now. But no. Damage, another Spectral Quiver, fantastic. Brutal Bounty, I'll go for it. And over here we've got a Gumball Collector, which enemies have a 3% chance to drop a Gumball Candy, which gives us 3% attack speed until the end of the night. That's really good. I believe there's no connection over here, though. No, there is. Oh, that's nice. I still had a point, so that's pretty cool. Get some more range. Moving on. I did, by the way, increase the thing, as you might have noticed. Enemies are a bit faster. But yeah, basically a lot of people got upset at the developer for making the game easier, but it wasn't easier. It was still pretty hard, even with the accessibility settings. I've noticed as well, like I played it, it's just that it's more manageable. You know? It's like actually playable if you have bad reaction times, like me. Right there, I doubled the number of enemies, even though their health is at, was set to 1, meaning they're one shot and everything, there's more enemies. But because of that, I got the combo meter up, because I killed more enemies. And I got the bounty proc too. And I'm getting more items from that. Oh, that's actually really, really good. Took some damage there. Oh. But yeah, what I wanted to do say though is that a lot of people confused one thing for the other and thought it was like there was a sense of causality there. You know, that one is because of the other when they're just... It's almost like if you fix a bug that prevents a lot of people from getting the achievement, which is annoying, you know. It's almost as if fixing that bug and hence allowing people to get the achievement causes more people to get the achievement, you know? Huh. Funny how that works out, right? Okay, it doesn't go further into that direction. We got hit again. That's quite a bit of health that we lost. But we should heal it like relatively quickly. Either through the through the bounties and the potions. But yeah, essentially, there were some people that got upset at that, and I get it to a degree, but also I don't think someone else's enjoyment diminishes your personal achievements. And in fact, again, I played the game and I noticed that even with those settings turned on, it didn't make the game easy by any means. It actually just made it accessible to people like me that have bad reaction times, meaning that we actually get to enjoy the game, you know? Rather than failing because enemies are coming at us too fast. And stuff like that, you know? That's also why, ooh, I have 100% crit chance achievement. 100 achievement. So maybe I can wait until my cooldown is up again. No. Wanted to get more experience by doubling the number again. That's didn't work out. Oh wait, what is up there? Vortex Time Cracker. You gain 30% attack speed and the minimum time between attacks is reduced to 0.01. Ooh. What is over here? All the way over here, there's the town package. That's really good, but also we're on our last night, you know, we're not gonna get there. We might still get up there well, more range, more attack speed, more range. Mystery, that's some more crit chance. We're sitting at 41%. We can get the 3-hit mechanic. Every third attack has double attack damage. So 26 total. That might just be better than this. Then again, more attack speed means also getting like more crits. It adds up. You have a higher chance of getting crits if you just attack a lot more often. Getting hit quite often there. But our combo isn't getting interrupted. I wonder why that is. Or is it just because we killed stuff in a relatively short time? That's a lot of experience. The string play is actually really, really good, now that I notice. But yeah, it's also the same with like easy mode, you know? I like it when games have different difficulties. Like of Defense Force, for instance, you know, makes you play the game on different difficulties, and it offers a lot to the experience. And Serious Sam, for instance, also has like a tourist mode, which is for people that are completely new to the game. It's like a, you know, oh, you're new. And it doesn't like really make fun of you for using it or anything like that, which is a good thing. Because sometimes it can feel that way in games. Learn 5 epic talents in a single run. So this over here is going to cost 5. We're not going to be able to get that. So instead I'm just going to get the energy collector and the brutal bounty. And then look at one more thing that we can pick up. Probably could have just gone for this instead of that, because we don't make use of the experience whatsoever. Could just pick up some crit chance. Might be worth it, you know, to get us scaling a bit faster. But I don't think that's worth all that much. Rather, do we have a rare talent that we can grab somewhere? Coincidentally. Could also just go for some more range. In fact, I might just do that. Yeah, range up. There we go. And there's a blast quiver. Fantastic. Night 20. This is where the soundtrack really picks up. It's really good. Less so though on... I'm just returning... I'm reducing the speed there because it's a lot too quickly, in my opinion. When the music is too quick, essentially. And that annoys me. It ruins this music in a way. Whenever music gets sped up like that. In this case, at least. So I'm just, for the sake of enjoying the music, I'm just gonna turn on the speed again. But I enjoy the game more on 1.5 or 1.2 times speed. Sometimes when I'm feeling spicy or really, really strong with lots of health and lots of healing, I go for double speed as well, which is just fine. But yeah, easy mode. I believe it's great when there are different options, you know, especially when you have like the option of playing a roguelike, for instance, you know, or an arcade game on an easy difficulty, or have a shorter run, etc. You know, sometimes we just don't have the time to, after work, after studying, or you know, when the day is over, we just want to wind down, play something chill, you know, or fight through areas with little to no resistance and just go, I don't know. Have a good time, basically, you know? I believe for that, easy mode theoretically is a pretty great thing. I like challenging yourself, you know, I like Helldivers 2, for instance, how it handles it. We are incentivized to go up to higher difficulties over time, but it's not like you have to play it or anything. Like, you can still stick to medium or hard or challenging if you want to. I don't think it actually diminishes your fun too much when you play a different way, and I don't think the game makes fun of you for doing that. There are a lot of games though that will disable achievements or mock the player for choosing like easy mode or something like that, and there's lots of ways of possibly handling that. There are 2D Souls-likes, for instance, that give you damage reduction that you can change in the setting, in the settings, damage reduction, or extra damage on yourself, and you can use that to customize your experience and make it a bit easier for you, especially while you're learning the ropes. Some people also just want to enjoy the story, and a good roguelike has a lot of environmental storytelling, and just getting killed everywhere before you can read the lore sucks. So that's my stance on that. I just ended up rambling a lot here. Hope you enjoyed that. We finished the Mastery 4 run right there. That was a lot of fun. I had a blast. We can look at the stats as well. Enemies. We fought against these enemies, killed a total of 2,746 enemies right there, with 23 hits, I guess? Oh, we got hit 23 times, I reckon. And this was the skill tree that we got, the talent tree. Over here we have the safety merge, which gives us knockback power and an extra life, resurrecting with 50% health points and instantly killing all enemies after death. Which is an interesting one. I like the idea of it, you know? I like that it revives you not at full health, but at 50%, you know? That's it. We can head directly to Mastery 5, which we just unlocked, or we can go to the main menu and look at some stuff here. Like, if we go for the Archer again, I don't think we've unlocked anything here, but once we level up some more times, we get another common core talent, basically. We can switch things out. There's also the explosive trap ability. The one that the quick fire made it basically that our next 5 attacks had 50% increased attack speed. We have 2 charges of that and 10-second cooldown right there. We also have the explosive trap, which is a trap and an invention. So when you have perks that increase or give bonuses to traps and inventions, you know, this one affects it. Place an explosive trap that deals your attack damage 5 to all nearby enemies on impact. I don't know what the fire icon at the bottom is. Maybe that's the damage that it will deal. Could also be like a dart effect, who knows. It has 3 charges, a 6-second cooldown. That's pretty cool. And yeah, range up, crit up, potion collector, energy collector. Both of these very good perks, but I haven't seen potion collector show up in the skill tree whatsoever. Meaning that I'll take that, you know, even if I enjoy energy collector more. And yeah, bigger waves. Waves will contain an additional enemy. That's, you know, it scales. It adds up, especially early on. It's going to make runs a bit more difficult. And then once we beat bigger waves, we'll get mastery level 6, 7, 8, and so on and so on. Just going to get there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for finding out. And make sure to take care of yourself. Next time we're going to try out the wizard again. I've done like 1 run with the wizard and it was a lot of fun. And I did 1 run with a warrior as well. I just enjoyed the archer a ton because of the abilities we had. But maybe we'll try out a different thing. This was a very high crit based run. And I found it quite enjoyable. And yeah, for quite a while now, I didn't actually upload anything. I did for a while record a lot because I didn't have internet from ever since I moved in until January. Which is, you know, something. But eventually I realized that I didn't have much time in the first place to do stuff consistently. So I'm gonna go back to what I originally wanted to do, with this being an extension of my blog, sort of, you know, where I will have like some gameplay for games that I like, games that I want to showcase on my blog. And sometimes it helps with the reviews and impressions or posts talking about specific topics if you have a video that highlights your point, kind of, you know. And at the same time, this is also an extension of a Twitch channel that I have, you know. Again, links, description, blah blah blah. Where I'll be gone for a week now, and this video is gonna be on the channel, and people in my community can watch it instead of watching a stream of mine, because there's no streams for a week. And it's the same vibes. We basically get to talk about the topic, which I do on Twitch as well, And then we get to play the game as well, which I do as well, you know? It's kind of practice as well for me, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with YouTube. I don't think I really want to do anything with YouTube. It's not like I'm gonna try and make money from this, but I doubt I will ever be able to. Not like, you know, especially with like gameplay stuff, unless you're super good at games or like speedrunner or whatever. I don't think that's my calling here at all whatsoever. It's just something that kind of is there for people that want to see more, basically, you know? That's the idea I had here. So I'll try to sporadically upload something. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more talented, let me know. And once I get back, I will record more of it. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you around.